I'm not sure if this is the right angle. Maybe, maybe not. Like here, maybe. I'm not sure. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. The light. Okay, whoa. Hi everyone. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Hello everyone, my name is Helen and welcome back to my channel. If you're from my crochet Instagram or TikTok, hi. First of all, thank you so much for clicking on the link. This film was created for Digi 60 in Ottawa, Ottawa's Digital Filmmakers Festival. Side note, I wanted to wear my crochet Christmas top to this event, but I didn't finish it on time, unfortunately. Which is totally fine because I ended up wearing my crochet scarf, my crochet holiday scarf with the 2 red bows. I'm gonna show you a clip right now of me wearing it. I'm just glad I wore that instead of my Christmas top, which I'm still not finished. And Christmas is it's around the corner. And if you're new here and don't know me from my crochet content, hello. Welcome and thank you so much for stopping by. Let me share a little bit about Digi60 with you all, for the people who don't know what it is. This year marks the 20th anniversary festival. The theme for this year is belonging. Each filmmaker had to create a film based on their interpretation of belonging. The films could be approached in any way that reflected their own perspective of belonging. I'm not a filmmaker. I worked with a filmmaker to create this short film. Shout out to Antonio. The short films must be 7 minutes or less, and we were given 60 days to complete them. There were so many things I wanted to include in my short film, but there just wasn't enough time, unfortunately. If I ever make another film like this, I would love to highlight more aspects of my disability, especially about having a stroke at such a young age. I would also want to explore topics like accessibility and share adaptive tools that can help me or others in our daily lives. I will make another video where I dive into what belonging means to me and how I interpret it in this short film. And also there were a lot of shots that were cut out. I would also like to further talk about those specific shots. Yeah. If you are interested in learning more about Digi60, I'll include a link in the description box down below, and I hope you enjoy this short film. Let's roll the tape. Let's roll the tape. My name is Helen, and this is my story. When I was younger, I wanted to be a writer. I loved creating fictional worlds in my mind, where there was magic, where anything was possible. I dreamed of being an author. I also imagined having the best high school experience ever, falling in love, going to parties, and excelling academically. Then I go to university out of town, away from Ottawa, and published my first novel in between it all. That was the vision. My family and I were watching a Chinese drama. I was slouched at the end of the couch, sipping my glass of milk, feeling excited. Was the male lead finally going to confess his feelings to her? Suddenly, my arm began to tingle, a pins and needles sensation that I brushed off, assuming my arm had just fallen asleep. I didn't think much of it and kept watching. But then it happened. My right leg started to tingle the same way. I figured I just needed to shake it off, maybe walk around a bit. But before I could even get out, my body tensed. Half of me felt numb, and a wave of unease washed over me. I mentioned it to my mom, not realizing how serious it was. I'm not sure how much time passed, but then I noticed my words were slurring. I think that's when my mom called the ambulance. She was panicking and I just lay there, unable to move, wondering if this was it. I've been through this 2 times already, when I was 8 and 10, but my memories of those times were very blurry. Was the 3rd time a charm? Was I going to die that night? Within minutes, I lost the ability to speak entirely. The paramedics arrived. Oxygen mask over my face. Everything went dark, and I blacked out. I can only imagine what my parents went through. Their world was shattered for the 3rd time.
When I was a little girl, I believed in fairy tales. I wished my toys would come to life and that my story.
And so my recovery journey began. While other kids were heading back to school like normal, I was off to the hospital for my own version of school. My days were filled with physiotherapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy, basically relearning everything from scratch. And don't get me started on reading. I'd pick up a book and the letters would go all over the place like they were having a party. If I couldn't make sense of the words, how was I ever going to write? But as time went on, I finally started to read again. I figured it was time to tackle writing too, this time with my left hand. With every appointment, every session, I took a step forward, back to normal, or at least to my new version of normal. Everything was hard at first. Dressing myself took so much longer than it should. Cutting an apple without hurting myself felt daunting. Even something as simple as tying my shoes seemed like an impossible challenge. My parents were with me every step of the way, but I could tell they were scared that I might fall, that I might get hurt. They built that railing by the stairs to help me, but more than anything, I think it was to reassure themselves that I was safe. They wanted to be my biggest supporters.
Helen 啊，今天外面天气很好，一会儿要不要爸爸陪你出去走一走啊？
And I know deep down that everything they did was because they loved me and wanted the best for me. But sometimes, their fear kept them from giving me the independence I was craving. Still, they were always there, offering help when I needed it, even if they didn't understand how much I needed to do things on my own. When my little sister was 8, she came home with knitting needles and quickly learned to make beautiful little projects. I wanted to try, but at the same time, my arm was paralyzed and knitting felt unachievable. During one of my OT sessions, my therapist asked if there was anything specific I wanted to learn. I said knit. She went out of her way to find videos of people knitting with one hand, and that's how I started. After some searching, I found a video of someone using a DIY crochet aid made of wood and screws. My parents helped me build a version of it, and to my surprise, it worked. Eventually, I started sharing my experiences online, hoping it might reach others who need similar tools or motivation. If I could go back, I would tell my younger self, things will work out. And if I could, I would give her a big hug and say, "You're doing great." Thank you so much for watching until the end. It was truly so rewarding just to see everything come together. I will be sharing my experience creating this short film in the future, so stay tuned for that. I'll see you later and have a wonderful day. Bye!